All right, so I'm going to be talking about something today that I know a lot of y'all that are for the pandering will not understand and not accept. But there's a trend right now going on YouTube where ever since these white people started coming into our chats and stirring up bullshit and releasing the emotions of slavery, right? This Pearl chick and the rest of them. Now all of a sudden, the majority of the content creators, especially the black women, are now trying to hold black women's feet to the fire, talking about we need to be accountable now, all of a sudden, right? So now, here's how I feel about that. I think that as black women, we really need to get to the point where we stop allowing any of these people on social media to have an impact on how we think and how we do things in life. Now, currently, you have that woman, Priscilla, right? Who you guys think is an advocate for black women and women in general, when she's like everybody else out here to get money and money only. I heard a clip of Sweet Life of Atari's video of this woman going in on black women. And now, do not think by any means that I mean that black women can never be analyzed or even scrutinized, because that is life, right? But the problem with all these people, and especially with the clip that Atari provided for this woman's last live today, is that she's going way too hard on black women. And what she's doing is the typical thing that most of these males do to black women, which is to tear us down and make it appear as if black women are not allowed to pamper themselves, take pleasure in making themselves beautiful, adorning themselves, and partaking in the basic pleasantries that the majority of all other women in this country do. Like, there's a specific part, right, where this Prince Ella chick is talking about black women and doing the same shit the black dudes were doing. Talking about the amount of money they spend on adornments to make themselves look good, whether it be makeup, hair, lashes, clothing, whatever, right? And she talks about it in a way where when black women choose to beautify themselves, she's making it appear as if you only are doing these things because you're so empty and fucked up inside that this is the mask, a literal mask, a performative mask you put on to deal with your existence in life, and that literally you have no value. So you have to create your own value by making an imitation you. Nothing can be further from the fucking truth, okay? That chick is an opportunist. This Priscilla chick, like everybody else, is an opportunist looking to ride the waves off of the trending situations on social media platforms currently. So right now, the trend is beat down and fuck with the psyche as well as the esteem of black women. And then when you do that successfully enough, and you have her to the point where you believe she's vulnerable, now you, in addition to these insecure, can't get a woman black males on YouTube, begin to think that now you can manipulate her. And this is the problem with all these people. All they do is try to manipulate black women. They're all so sickening to me, it is crazy. And I really need black women to be smarter than everything coming down to which YouTube content creator you like better than the other, and start really looking at these motherfuckers for who they really are, which are nothing but people coming to leech off of everything they can fucking get from you. Now, I take full offense to that shit she was saying in that video, because I am a woman like that. Like, I've always been a woman like that too, no matter how long my hair is. I'll add extensions, I'll add fullness, I'll add braids, beads, any adornment I feel like that makes me look beautiful, because that's what I want to do with myself. I don't need her fucking permission to feel beautiful and look beautiful. My self-esteem is intact, as well as my confidence and knowledge of self. But what she's doing is trying to make it seem like if you don't go outside looking like you're a modern day cave woman, no makeup, no modern clothes, but just whatever, like living through life like Nature Boy without all the fucking madness, you're not a real black woman. When that's the same bullshit that these black males are pushing, when no, as black women, we got the right to exercise all of the pleasantries and accessories and any type of happiness that we want in this life like every other woman. More so, in my opinion, because if it wasn't for us, the rest of these people wouldn't be here, okay? So when you have black women doing this, you have to stop and actually take a moment to literally listen to the words that are coming out of their mouths. Stop allowing these fucking people to pander to you and play games with you when ultimately they don't give a shit about none of y'all. They just care about what slick shit they can say that's gonna help you come up off that coin so they can feel better about their fucking raggedy lives. And believe me, their lives are raggedy. Every motherfucker on here that's on here every day and dependent upon YouTube, they out here living worse in these streets than you are. So that's another thing y'all need to keep in mind. Every fucking one of them. From Cynthia to Nyla to this Prince Seller chick to any dude that's out here, the ass Nathaniel nigga that's constantly pandering to women. I'm going to do a video on his ass too, because he contradicts himself in every other sentence on his show. But black women, because they want the approval of these loser ass dudes so much, they fall for people like him, Prince Seller, and everyone else. When all you got to do is care about yourself. And let all of that people trying to make you feel inferior to others, let that shit go. Because ultimately, black women, you are the person that sets the trend for this entire world. When I do that video about that Nathaniel dude, I'm going to play a lot of him speaking about how these guys that are always trying to tear down women on YouTube, they do it because they can't get women. You know why they can't get women? They can't get women for the same reason that in that video that I showed you the other night of that dude calling for people to kill us, right? Is because the other women follow the leads, social leads of black women. So just like RWS hashtag expo has said like months ago in another video, that most people do not most people, right, is when it comes to women, they don't usually start trends. They follow what behind the black women do. So when the black women say these black guys are no longer good for us, we're not fucking with them, we're not dating with them, we're not engaging with them in any way, then all of a sudden you see an uptake in all types of other women, not wanting to mess with them, not dating them, ignoring them, dismissing them. And this is really how it goes. Because in this Nathaniel dude's video today, I was looking at briefly, right? Because I'm trying to see what is the allure people have with this dude. Because even people like Cerebral watch this dude. And this guy is a snake oil salesman. Like, I know people are fascinated with New York, but believe me, everything he tells y'all about how this place functions is a lie. It's all to just benefit what it is he's trying to do, whatever his agenda is. And his agenda is to make y'all feel all warm and fuzzy inside so that he can continue to go, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, PayPal, whatever the fuck it is. Because that's all of them are about, right? So on the live today, he was talking about how, same thing I told you about, how these dudes are frustrated because nobody wants them because black women are putting them on blast, right? And not dealing with them. And the whole world watches the videos of the black women. And I could tell you that firsthand because the amount of white women and other women that I block and delete from my accounts every day is crazy. Because these bitches can't live without being in our business. But they not going to be in my business. Okay? So this Nathaniel dude was talking about how those two fresh and fit dudes was saying that they had recently went to Miami and they were trying to pick up women and they couldn't get any. So another guy has suggested to them that if they pretend that they were making a YouTube video, they would have better chances at being able to have random sex with women based off of the fact that these guys think women are so stupid and so feeble-minded that they only worry about fame, riches, and the notoriety of some dude with a microphone in their face. So they're really trying to tell other guys that in order to get women and be able to have random sex with them immediately is you just walk around on the streets with a microphone pretending that you're making a YouTube video, and literally, I guess he feels like women will be dropping their drawers for them just to make it happen. This is the type of stuff that I keep telling y'all is running rampant in the black YouTube sector. And only you black women literally have the ability to stop this shit from spiraling out of control. Like, you have just got to get to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to start reducing how much time I spend on these people's channels, right? I told you before, raid their pockets. Don't give them as many views. Don't watch them. Don't interact with them as much as you used to, or stop altogether. Then you're going to see the true person of who they are come out from inside of that facade they put on every day. Well, it's important because they think they know you so well that they got you hooked that anything they intend to do, you're not going to be smart enough to see through it because they think they're so fucking smart and you're so stupid. This is what you have to really understand. And they kind of like play it out and demonstrate it on y'all for other creators to see, but y'all are not picking up on it. But you will, because I know how black women are, and eventually, once one of these people they listen to does something one time too many that you realize was not the way it's supposed to go, you'll not encourage other women to stop following them, but you'll just leave on your own. Which is a problem in itself in our community because, yes, I understand that the majority of us feel like, we live our own lives. We're not part of the community, blah, blah, blah. I know Divesta's been telling you that shit forever. And now certain so-called BWE women and just other women in general have been reiterating that nonsense. But the reality of shit is, yes, you can, however, do whatever you want to do in your life personally. But at the same time, you always have to think collectively of your own kind. And I don't mean everybody in the black community, but I mean specifically black women. Because that's the way everybody else does it. So if you want to have the same accolades in life and be respected the same way they're respected and get the same political advantages, fight for better education for your kids, housing, and all other types of social living conditions, you have to think like that. You can't just, I'm by myself in this community and I'm for myself by myself. No one ever makes any progress like that. So even though you could do your own political thing on a personal level, but when you do things in regards to how you want to move in this world, you have to consider the black woman that comes before you, the black woman that might be beside you in your journey, as well as the one that comes after you, because all that shit is important. If you ever wanted to come to the day where you're able to walk down the street, and this don't apply to all black women, but too many of them, right, with low self-esteem and just, probably poor upbringing and etc., where you want to walk down the street and not feel like a black woman is trying to compete with you or holding some type of unnecessary resentment towards you, you have to do the things that I'm telling you. Like, have to. You have to understand that what you do in your life is one thing, but how you move through this life, you have to do it thinking about the other women that are just like you. Because there's no other women on this earth that's going to give a fuck about how you are treated and how you fare in this society. So if you don't do it and care about yourself, how the hell you expect somebody else to? All right? These stupid pigeons are like all around me. I just can't stand pigeons. Look at this bastard like right next to me. He got up and flew when I turned his way, but he was literally sitting right next to me on ridiculous. They're bastards. When I bring Naya out, all they do is drive her crazy because she has such high prey drive, and they love to harass dogs. This is what they do. They're the most aggravating thing in New York next to a rat. I'm dead serious. They're fucking annoying, and anybody who lives here will tell you the same. First the rats, then the fucking pigeons. Annoying. So, but anyway, I'm compelled to bring you what I feel is my truth, because I do care about the plight of my black women in our collective. I'm never going to be one to be sitting here calling you mammies, pick-me's, and mules and all. I don't do that shit. That's ignorant as fuck to me. And all it does is continue to have the breakdown of the black women that we don't need. We need a solidarity and a unification. But we also need to see shit for what it is. And when you got black women like Princella, who will come at you one minute and give you such positive upliftment when the money is looking right, but then turn around and try to cut your ass as deep as she can when maybe the book sales are not as great as she expected, or the views start to slow down, or black women get distracted by another creator. That's all the shit you got to constantly keep in mind, because this is how they all work us. They work all of us like this. Even me. There's some people on here I really like to watch that I look at more than 2 times out of a week. But I look for the shit they do too, and if I see it's getting too ridiculous, I got to cross them off the list as well. It is a matter of discipline. I'm telling you, it really is. So I wanted to bring y'all to your attention, because a lot of times when Atari puts stuff up, I don't think that y'all understand the duality of it as much as you should. To the extent that she's putting up this clip not to keep you mesmerized by the so-called queen maker, right? But by the message that this chick is saying one day versus the next. When you really want to know a person's character, take it from me. I watch people closely, right? And I know y'all don't like me. And honestly, truth be told, I don't give a fuck, because I don't make no money off of y'all. You don't give me shit. And even if I asked for it, you wouldn't give it to me, because I'm not a light-skinned, male-worshipping, retarded bitch with low self-esteem. That's not who I am. So you would never give it to me. And I understand the colorism, the real intrinsic colorism inside the black communities, where everyone is against the darker brown black woman. And that would be me. And then when you add to it the fact that you got men, women, and everybody else out here trying to keep this age war going, as if I'm some type of hater because I'm not 20 to 30 something anymore, this is also a problem. So I get it. I understand why you will look at me and go, oh, fuck her. She ain't got nothing to tell me. I don't give a fuck what she got to say. Because, you know everything. And you ain't even got to the point where I'm at, but you know more than me. So you doing good. You doing real good. But, and that's the thing, like, there's so much information out here that you could actually get from women like me and others who are actually willing to share it, But you discard us because we're not the popping thing at the moment, or we're not the individuals that our society and black social media wants to promote, push, and pump, right? And it's stupid because you're the ones that's losing out on the wealth of people that are actually here at your disposal at the moment, because we won't be forever. Then on top of that, you got the fact that what did I hear that dude say today, talking about that Nathaniel fucking dude again? What did he say that was aggravating to me? Oh, he said some ridiculous shit like women in my age and older, or basically, because you know how they think, everybody 35 and older, we are relics, and we need to be taking Geritol and about to die and all this other shit. When if they only knew, baby, we get better as we get older. Being young is just a temporary thing. And the more you take care of yourself, you'll understand that youth don't mean shit. It's a part of your life, which is something you should be taking more seriously than worrying about thinking because you're young, that's better than any other part of your life. Because if you knew better, you'd know that it's not. And that all the other years you have after 40 will be way better than what you have right now during the period of 20 to 30, because you will know more. And if you live your life properly, you're going to have way more monetarily and materialistically, which is what life is about. And don't think those dudes and those women that are not looking out for your best interest don't know that shit, because they do. And that's the whole reason why they try to distract you from the goals that you should have, because they don't want you to be successful. They want you to be a bum like them so that they could be in your life at some point using and abusing you. And it's all a fucking setup. No matter how much they try to present the package as pretty as possible, it's all a setup. So yeah, that's what he said. He said that women my age and older, we have problems because we like to pretend like we're young forever. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't miss anything about being 20 anything. You understand what I'm saying? I don't miss any of it. It was an absolute nuisance, and it was unnecessary. Some of the things that I went through for no reason, all because of lack of intelligence, not enough life experience, and not enough people to be out here trying to do the things that I'm doing, which is to try to give people the information to do better for themselves in all the situations we live in. So when he said that, I'm just like, that is just too crazy. That, what's going on? That he's going to say we want to stay young forever, so that's the reason why we have issues with younger women. Nothing could be further than the truth. Nothing can be further from the truth. Not a damn thing. I don't miss not having the money I have now and the availability to do the things I want to do. I have no idea what is going on with this building. I don't miss none of that. Okay? None of it. I know that black women need to be way more decisive and use more discretion in staying and listening to messages from people on YouTube who are just out to get a check. I know you need to do way better than that. Right. Bye.